All right, let's dive right in. We're going to be talking about this incredible new frontier in AI called Agentic AI. Now, this is a technology that is really, truly moving out of the realm of theory and into our reality. And honestly, it's on the verge of changing pretty much everything, from what you see on social media all the way to how we actually get our jobs done. Okay, check this out. It sounds like a line from a blockbuster sci-fi movie, right? But it's not. That's a real quote from the singer F.K. Twigs. She's literally talking about her own AI twin, a digital version of herself that can go out and interact with fans for her. Wild.
And here's the thing, she's not the only one. What felt like pure science fiction just a couple of years ago is now becoming a very real, very practical tool. And it's already starting to reshape our world. We've moved way beyond simple chatbots. Now we're talking about autonomous agents that can actually do things. So let's break down what that really means.
So, you can think of this new wave of AI as having two very different faces, almost like two sides of the same coin. But, and this is key, they are both powered by the exact same core technology. On one side you have the stars, and on the other, the behind-the-scenes workers. So, what in the world is Agentic AI? Well, think about a tool like ChatGPT. It assists you, right? It answers your questions, it helps you write an email. Agentic AI is the next leap. It doesn't just assist you, it acts for you. It can handle complex, multi-step jobs and make its own decisions to get to a goal. So it's not about augmenting what we do, it's about fully automating it. So let's look at those two faces. On one hand, you've got the very visible, very glamorous virtual influencers. These are the stars we see on Instagram and TikTok. And then, on the other hand, you have the powerful but mostly invisible corporate agents, the workers who are quietly revolutionizing how businesses run.
So why are brands so interested in these virtual stars? Well, it all comes down to one thing: control. A virtual influencer offers something a human celebrity just can't: total predictability. They never get into scandals, they never say the wrong thing, they can't be canceled. For a brand, it's a completely safe and controlled partnership.
Now, let's flip over to the business world. Here, these agents are basically becoming our new digital teammates. We're not talking about just automating one little task, we're talking about a whole new talent pool of digital coworkers. And the speed of this is mind-blowing. Their ability to handle complex work is literally doubling every 3 to 7 months.
This is a great way to see how they're evolving. KPMG came up with this framework that shows the 4 levels. You start with taskers, which just do one simple job, like, say, check an invoice. Then you level up to automators that can handle a whole process across different apps. Then you get collaborators that really act like a true AI teammate. And finally, the top level, orchestrators, which can manage entire teams of other agents to tackle huge, complex goals.
So you have to ask, why is this all happening right now? What's behind this sudden explosion? Well, you probably guessed it. It all comes down to a truly massive economic opportunity. Research from KPMG estimates that the value from just these digital workers is a staggering $3 trillion. Let me say that again, $3 trillion. And that's not revenue, that's just in productivity gains. It's a number so big that no business on earth can afford to look away. And they are definitely not looking away. Companies are moving at lightning speed. A study from IBM found that executives expect an 8-fold jump in AI-powered workflows by the end of 2025. You know, what's only 3% today is expected to be 25% in what feels like the blink of an eye. And this really shows that we are way past the experimentation phase. AI is moving out of the lab and straight into the heart of the business. Almost 2/3 of AI budgets are now being spent on core business operations. That tells you everything you need to know. This is now central to corporate strategy. But as these autonomous agents get woven deeper and deeper into our lives, both in public and in our jobs, this one massive question starts to emerge. Can we actually trust them? So, let's go back to those virtual influencers for a second. There's some fascinating research on this. When you look at how audiences react, there's a clear pattern. We instinctively see human influencers as more credible, more believable. We just feel closer to them than we do to the virtual ones. And there's actually a term for this gap. It's called psychological distance. It's basically that gut feeling you have about how relatable or like you, someone or something is. We feel like human influencers are part of our tribe, you know? And that builds a level of trust that's just much harder for an AI to replicate.
And here's where it all connects. That exact same problem, Trust is one of the single biggest things holding back AI agents in the corporate world. An IBM survey found that executives listed trust issues as a top barrier, right up there with concerns about data security.
So, figuring out how to bridge that trust gap, that's really the final and maybe the most important piece of the puzzle. It's the last step towards a future where people and AI can work together in these incredibly powerful new ways.
And let's be super clear here. This is about collaboration, not replacement. The future of work is almost certainly a hybrid model, where you have this seamless blend of human employees and digital colleagues working together, each doing what they do best.
The scale of this shift is just immense. I mean, listen to Eric Brynjolfsson from Stanford's AI Institute. He says we are on the verge of the biggest business transformation in all of history. This isn't just another new technology. It's a fundamental change to how our entire economy works.
And the real takeaway here is that this isn't some distant, far-off future we're talking about. It's already happening. These agents are being built and rolled out as we speak, which leaves every single one of us with a pretty important question to think about. Are you ready for your new digital teammate?